Your life follows the direction of your thoughts. Think about that just for a moment. Every day, you have thousands of thoughts. Some build you up. Some tear you down. Some move you forward. Some hold you back. And over time, those thoughts become beliefs. Those beliefs become actions. Those actions become results. That is why success begins in a place most people never see. The mind. Many people think success starts with money, or opportunity, or talent, but it doesn't. Success starts with the way you think. You cannot have a positive life with a negative mind. Now, positive thinking is not pretending problems don't exist. It is not ignoring difficulties. It is not living in fantasy. Positive thinking is choosing to believe that challenges can be overcome, that setbacks can teach you, that your future can be better than your past. Because what you believe influences what you do, and what you do determines what you become. Think about two people facing the same obstacle. One says, "This is impossible." The other says, "This is difficult, but I can figure it out." Same obstacle, different thinking, different outcome, because the mind is powerful. If you fill it with doubt, you will hesitate. If you fill it with fear, you will stop. If you fill it with possibility, you will act. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. But hard work and discipline are easier when your mind is working for you instead of against you. The greatest battle in life is not outside of you. It is inside of you. The battle between faith and fear, belief and doubt, possibility and limitation. And the side that wins shapes your future. We're going to explore how positive thinking creates success, how your thoughts influence your actions, how your attitude shapes your opportunities, and how a stronger mindset can transform your entire life. Because when you change your thinking, you begin changing your future. And that is where success begins. In the mind. Before it ever appears in the world, you become what you think about most of the time. Think about that. Really think about it. Every result in your life begins with a thought. Every action, every decision, every habit, it all starts in the mind. Before a person builds a successful life, they first build a successful mindset. Before a person achieves a goal, they first believe it is possible. That is why your thoughts matter. More than most people realize. Your life follows the direction of your dominant thoughts. Now understand this. Your mind is like a garden. Every day, seeds are being planted. Some seeds are positive. Some seeds are negative. Some seeds grow confidence. Some seeds grow doubt. And whatever you plant consistently will eventually grow. If you constantly think, "I can't do this. I am not good enough. I will probably fail," those thoughts begin to shape your actions. You hesitate. You procrastinate. You avoid opportunities. Not because you lack ability, but because your thoughts have convinced you to stay small. And over time, those thoughts become your reality. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a person who says, "I can learn. I can improve. I can find a way." Do they face challenges? Of course. Do they experience setbacks? Absolutely. But their thinking pushes them forward instead of holding them back, because positive thinking creates possibility. The greatest limitation is often not in your circumstances. It is in your thinking. Think about how many opportunities people miss because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish. And where does fear begin? In the mind. It begins with a thought. A thought, repeated often enough, becomes a belief. And a belief influences behavior. That is why guarding your thoughts is so important. Because your mind is constantly listening to you. The words you speak to yourself matter. The stories you tell yourself matter. The beliefs you repeat matter. They are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. Now listen carefully. Positive thinking does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It does not mean ignoring problems. It does not mean living in fantasy. Positive thinking means believing that problems can be solved, that challenges can be overcome, that setbacks can teach valuable lessons. It is a mindset of possibility, and possibility creates action. When you believe something is possible, you begin looking for ways to make it happen. That is the power of belief. The mind begins searching for solutions, searching for opportunities, searching for ways forward, instead of searching for excuses. Now think about successful people. They are not successful because they never face difficulties. They are successful because they think differently about difficulties. Where others see obstacles, they see lessons. Where others see failure, they see feedback. Where others see limits, they see possibilities. And that difference changes everything, because your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions influence your results. It is a chain. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become actions. Actions become habits. Habits become results. That is why success begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. Change your thinking, and you begin changing your life. So pay attention to what you think. Pay attention to what you believe. Pay attention to the conversations happening inside your own mind, because those conversations are creating your future. If you want a better life, start with better thoughts. If you want greater success, develop greater belief. If you want different results, begin with a different mindset. Because every great achievement begins the same way, with a thought that says, it is possible. And from that thought, an entirely new life can begin. Think better, believe bigger, and remember your thoughts are creating the reality you will live tomorrow. Success begins long before the reward arrives. It begins with the way you think. Think about that. Most people believe success starts with action. And action is important. Very important. But before action comes a decision. Before a decision comes a belief. And before a belief comes a thought. Everything begins in the mind. That is why positive thinking is so powerful. Not because it magically changes your circumstances, but because it changes you. And when you change, your results begin to change. For things to change, you have to change. Now understand something important. Positive thinking is not wishful thinking. It is not sitting in a chair and hoping life gets better. It is developing a mindset that looks for possibilities instead of limitations. Solutions instead of excuses. Growth instead of defeat. Think about two people facing the exact same problem. One says, this is impossible. The other says, this is difficult, but there must be a way. Who is more likely to succeed? The person who believes there is a way, because belief creates effort, and effort creates results. When you think positively, you approach challenges differently. You become more willing to try, more willing to learn, more willing to persist. And persistence is often what creates success. The person who keeps going usually wins. Now think about confidence. Where does confidence come from? Many people believe confidence comes after success, but often it works the other way around. Confidence begins with belief. Believing you can learn. Believing you can improve. Believing you can grow stronger. And that belief influences your actions. You take more chances. You speak with more certainty. You pursue bigger goals. Not because success is guaranteed, but because you believe progress is possible. That is positive thinking in action. Now let's talk about failure. Everyone experiences failure. Everyone experiences setbacks. Everyone experiences disappointment. The difference is how they interpret those experiences. Negative thinkers often see failure as proof they should stop. Positive thinkers see failure as feedback, a lesson, a teacher, a stepping stone. Every setback contains a lesson if you are willing to look for it. That mindset changes everything. Because instead of giving up, you learn. Instead of quitting, you adapt. Instead of stopping, you continue. And every time you continue, you grow stronger. Now understand this deeply. Your mind is always looking for evidence. If you believe life is against you, your mind will search for proof. If you believe opportunities exist, your mind will search for those too. That is why your thoughts matter. They influence what you notice, what you focus on, what you pursue. And what you pursue often determines what you achieve. Positive thinking creates success because it keeps you moving forward. Not because it removes obstacles, but because it helps you face them. Not because it guarantees success, but because it increases the likelihood that you'll keep trying. And success often belongs to the person who stayed in the game the longest. Success is not magic. It is the result of small efforts repeated day after day. Positive thinking fuels those efforts. It helps you wake up and try again. It helps you believe when progress is slow. It helps you stay committed when others quit. And over time, those small efforts compound. The confidence grows. The skills improve. The opportunities increase. And what started as a positive thought eventually becomes a positive result. So choose your thoughts carefully. Feed your mind with possibility. Feed your mind with growth. Feed your mind with belief. Because success is not created by negativity. It is created by a mind that sees potential and acts on it. Think positively. Believe deeply. Act consistently. And watch how your life begins to change. The same wind blows on us all. The difference is in the set of the sail. Think about that. Life does not treat everyone differently. Not at first. Everyone faces problems. Everyone faces pressure. Everyone faces uncertainty. The difference is not in the obstacle. The difference is in the mind that faces it. Because some people look at obstacles and stop. Others look at the same obstacles and grow. Every problem carries the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. But most people never see the seed because they are too focused on the problem. They see difficulty. They see delay. They see resistance. And they conclude, this is the end of the road. But successful people see something different. They see a question, not a wall. They see a lesson, not a failure. They see a path, not a dead end. That is the power of perspective. Now think about this. An obstacle does not define your ability. It reveals your thinking. Two people can face the same situation. One becomes discouraged. The other becomes determined. Same situation. Different interpretation. Different outcome. Because life is not just what happens to you. It is how you interpret what happens to you. Your perspective is more powerful than your circumstances. Now let's go deeper. When most people face obstacles, they immediately ask, why is this happening to me? But successful people ask a different question. What can I learn from this? What can I do next? How can I grow from this? That shift is everything. Because the first question keeps you stuck. But the second question moves you forward. Now understand this clearly. Obstacles are not placed in your life to stop you. They are placed in your life to test you, to strengthen you, to prepare you. Because without resistance, there is no growth. Without challenge, there is no strength. Without difficulty, there is no development. What challenges you, changes you. Think about nature. A tree grows stronger when the wind blows against it. If there is no wind, the tree becomes weak. Life works the same way. Your challenges are not your enemies. They are your training ground. Now imagine two people starting the same journey. One avoids difficulty. The other embraces it. One tries to make life easy. The other tries to become stronger. Years later, their results will not be the same because one avoided growth and the other built it. Now listen carefully. Opportunities are rarely obvious at first. They are often hidden inside problems, inside pressure, inside struggle. And most people never find them because they stop too early. But those who persist, those who stay curious, those who stay open-minded, they discover something powerful. That what looked like a setback was actually a setup for growth, a setup for strength, a setup for opportunity. Difficulties often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destinies. So when life becomes difficult, do not immediately reject it. Do not immediately fear it. Do not immediately quit. Look deeper. Ask better questions. Think differently. Stay open. Because opportunity is often disguised as challenge. And the people who succeed in life are not the ones who avoid obstacles. They are the ones who learn to see beyond them. So when others see walls, you see doors. When others see problems, you see possibilities. When others see limits, you see lessons. And that difference creates your future. See beyond the obstacle. Find the opportunity. And keep moving forward. Thinking alone is not enough. Action gives thought its power. Think about that. Many people misunderstand positive thinking. They think it means just believing, just hoping, just visualizing. But belief without action is empty. It is incomplete. Because life does not reward thoughts alone. It rewards what you do with those thoughts. Success is not what you wish for. It is what you work for. Now understand this clearly. Positive thinking is the beginning, but action is the bridge. A bridge between your ideas and your results, between your dreams and your reality. Without action, even the best mindset stays trapped in your mind. Now think about this. Two people can have the same positive thoughts. Both believe in success. Both believe in opportunity. Both believe in growth. But only one takes action. One studies. The other only thinks about studying. One practices. The other only thinks about improvement. One moves forward. The other waits for the perfect moment. And over time, their lives become very different. Because action is what separates potential from achievement. A goal is just a dream until action brings it to life. Now listen carefully. Positive thinking gives you direction, but action gives you results. Positive thinking helps you believe, but action helps you build. Positive thinking opens your mind, but action opens your future. Both are necessary, but action is what makes everything real. Now let's go deeper. Many people feel motivated. They feel inspired. They feel ready. But feeling is not enough, because feelings change. One day you feel strong. The next day you feel weak. One day you feel motivated. The next day you feel distracted. If you wait for feelings, you will stay stuck. But if you act anyway, you will move forward. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. That is where success is built. Not in motivation, but in consistency. Now think about successful people. They don't rely on feelings. They rely on habits. They don't wait for inspiration. They create action. They understand something important, that small actions repeated daily create extraordinary results. Reading one page, making one call, practicing one skill, completing one task. Small actions, but powerful over time, because success is not built in a day. It is built daily. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Now combine the two forces. Positive thinking gives you belief. Positive action gives you results. Belief without action is empty. Action without belief is weak. But together, they become powerful. Because when you believe in yourself and act on that belief, you begin to grow. You start building momentum. You start gaining confidence. You start seeing results. And those results reinforce your thinking. So it becomes a cycle. Positive thoughts, positive action, positive results, stronger thoughts. That is how success is created. Step by step, thought by thought, action by action. Now understand this deeply. You do not need perfect thinking, and you do not need perfect action. You just need consistent thinking and consistent action, because consistency is what transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements. So think positively, but don't stop there. Act positively. Move forward. Take steps. Stay committed. Because success is not created in the mind alone, and it is not created in action alone. It is created when the two come together. Think with belief, act with discipline, and success will follow. Your life is not shaped in a day. It is shaped by what you allow into your mind every day. Think about that. Slowly, carefully, because your mind is always being influenced, always being shaped, always being fed. The question is not whether your mind is being influenced. The question is, by what? You cannot plant weeds in your mind and expect flowers in your life. Every day, something is entering your mind. What you watch, what you hear, what you read, what you talk about, who you spend time with. All of it matters, more than most people realize, because over time, input becomes identity. What you consume mentally becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes how you live. Now think about this carefully. A person who constantly feeds their mind with negativity will slowly begin to see life negatively. They will doubt more. They will fear more. They will hesitate more. Not because life changed, but because their thinking changed. And a person who feeds their mind with positivity will begin to see possibility everywhere. They will look for solutions. They will expect growth. They will believe in better outcomes. Same world, different mind, different life. The mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant repeatedly will grow. Now understand this deeply. You cannot control everything that enters your life, but you can control what stays in your mind. And that is where your power is, because your mind is not a dumping ground. It is a creation space. What you allow in shapes what comes out. Now think about successful people. They are very careful with their input, very intentional, very disciplined. They choose what they learn. They choose what they focus on. They choose who influences them, because they understand something important. That greatness is not built by accident. It is built by design. What you repeatedly expose yourself to becomes what you eventually become. Now let's make this practical. If you want a stronger life, feed your mind stronger ideas. If you want success, feed your mind success thinking. If you want discipline, feed your mind disciplined habits. Because your environment is shaping you even when you are not aware of it. And if you are not careful, you will become a reflection of everything you consume. Now listen closely. You cannot expect a positive life if your mind is full of negativity. You cannot expect success if your thinking is filled with doubt. You cannot expect growth if your input is weak, because life always reflects your inner world. Change what enters your mind, and you begin changing what shows up in your life. Now the question becomes simple. What are you allowing into your mind daily? Is it building you or breaking you, strengthening you or weakening you? Because every choice matters. Every video, every conversation, every thought you entertain, they are shaping you quietly, slowly, powerfully. So be intentional, be selective, be disciplined. Guard your mind like it is your future, because it is. And remember this, success does not begin in the outside world. It begins in the inner world, in your thoughts, in your beliefs, in what you allow into your mind. So choose wisely. Feed your mind with strength, and your life will reflect strength. Because what enters your mind today will eventually shape your life tomorrow. Protect your mind, choose your input, and shape your future with intention. Your life is not shaped by one moment. It is shaped by what you repeat every day. Think about that. We have talked about the power of thinking, the power of belief, the power of opportunity, the power of action and the power of what you allow into your mind. And all of it leads to one truth. Success is not an accident. It is a pattern of thoughts, a pattern of discipline, a pattern of consistent action. Success is predictable. It is not luck and it is not magic. It is hard work and discipline. So don't take your mind lightly. Don't take your habits lightly. Don't take your daily choices lightly, because small decisions today become your life tomorrow. Now the responsibility is yours. Think better. Act better. Protect your mind. Stay disciplined and keep growing, because the life you want is not far away. It is built step by step, day by day, thought by thought. And if you stay consistent, if you stay focused, if you stay positive, everything begins to change. Believe in the process, trust your growth, and keep moving forward. The day your life changes is the day you accept full responsibility for it. Think about that just for a moment. How many people are waiting? Waiting for help, waiting for support, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for the perfect opportunity. And while they wait, life keeps moving. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And the dream remains exactly where it started, because they are waiting for someone else to do what only they can do. Here is a hard truth. Nobody is coming. No one is coming to wake you up every morning. No one is coming to force you to be disciplined. No one is coming to build your future. No one is coming to make your dreams happen. That responsibility belongs to you. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is where power begins. Not in blaming, not in complaining, not in waiting, but in ownership. The moment you stop looking outside for answers and start looking within, everything begins to change. Now, this doesn't mean you won't receive help along the way. You may find mentors. You may find friends. You may find opportunities, but none of those things can replace your effort, because nobody can do your push-ups for you. Nobody can read the books for you. Nobody can practice discipline for you. Nobody can become successful for you. You must do the work. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. And discipline begins when excuses end. No more waiting. No more blaming. No more hoping someone will rescue you. Because the truth is, the hero you've been waiting for is already in the mirror. The person capable of changing your life is already looking back at you. Not next year, not someday. Today, we're going to talk about personal responsibility, self-reliance, mental toughness, and the courage to keep moving forward when no one is cheering for you. Because the strongest people in life learn a powerful lesson. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You only need to stop doubting yourself. Nobody is coming. And that is not bad news. It is freedom, because it means your future is still in your hands. So stand up, take responsibility, do the work, and build the life you deserve. No excuses, no waiting, no rescue, just action. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to change your life begins to change. Let that thought settle in. Most people spend years waiting for support, waiting for encouragement, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to notice them. And while they wait, time keeps moving. The days pass, the months pass, the years pass, and the dream remains exactly where it started. Not because it was impossible, but because they were waiting for someone else to make it happen. Here is a truth that can be difficult to hear. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming to wake you up early. Nobody is coming to force you to read the books. Nobody is coming to make you disciplined. Nobody is coming to build your future. That responsibility belongs to you. For things to change, you have to change. That is where real power begins. Not when someone helps you, not when circumstances improve, not when luck arrives, but when you decide to take ownership. Now understand something important. Doing it alone does not mean you will never receive help. You may find mentors. You may find friends. You may find opportunities. But even with all the support in the world, the work is still yours. Nobody can exercise for you. Nobody can learn for you. Nobody can develop your character for you. Nobody can become successful for you. You must do the work yourself. And that is not bad news. It is actually one of the most freeing truths in life. Because if nobody is coming, then you stop waiting. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming. You stop depending on circumstances. And you start acting. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Think about that. You may not change your entire life today, but you can change your direction today. One decision, one action, one commitment. That is all it takes to begin. Most people underestimate their own power. They believe someone else has the answer. Someone else has the opportunity. Someone else has the advantage. But often, the answer is already within them. What they need is not more help. What they need is more responsibility. Because responsibility creates power. The moment you say, "My future is my responsibility," everything changes. You become more focused, more disciplined, more determined. Because you stop expecting someone else to carry the weight. You carry it yourself. And yes, there will be difficult days. Days when nobody notices your effort. Days when nobody applauds your progress. Days when nobody understands your vision. Keep going anyway. Because the strongest people learn how to move forward without constant encouragement. They learn how to believe in themselves before the world believes in them. That is what separates dreamers from achievers. Dreamers wait. Achievers act. Dreamers hope someone will help. Achievers start with what they have. Dreamers depend on circumstances. Achievers depend on discipline. Success is not something that happens to you. Success is something you create. And creation requires action. It requires responsibility. It requires ownership. It requires courage. The courage to move forward even when you feel alone. Because sometimes the greatest growth happens in solitude. When nobody is watching, when nobody is cheering, when nobody is helping. Those are the moments that build strength. Those are the moments that build character. Those are the moments that build leaders. So stop waiting. Stop looking around. Stop hoping someone will rescue you. Look in the mirror. The person capable of changing your life is already there. The person capable of building your future is already there. The person capable of creating success is already there. And that person is you. Do it alone if you must. Start now. Take responsibility. Because nobody is coming, and that's exactly why you can become unstoppable. You cannot hire someone to do your push-ups for you. Let that sink in. There are certain things in life that cannot be delegated, cannot be transferred, cannot be outsourced. They must be done by you. Your discipline, your habits, your decisions, your effort. No one can replace them. And that is a truth many people struggle to accept. They look for shortcuts. They look for help. They look for someone to carry the burden. But life doesn't work that way. Because growth is personal. Change is personal. Success is personal. The price of success is paid in private, not in public. Think about that. No one can study for your exams. No one can train your body for you. No one can build your skills for you. No one can develop your mindset for you. They can guide you. They can support you. They can encourage you. But they cannot do it for you. And this is where many people lose their way. They rely too much on motivation from others, too much encouragement, too much validation, too much external help. But motivation fades. Support is inconsistent, and validation is temporary. What remains is your effort, your discipline, your consistency. Your life changes when your habits change. And habits are built by repetition, not assistance, not advice, not inspiration. Repetition. Doing the work again and again, even when it is boring, even when it is hard, even when no one is watching. That is where transformation happens. Now think about something important. If someone else could do it for you, then you would never become strong, never become disciplined, never become capable, because struggle builds strength. Effort builds confidence. Discipline builds character, and those things cannot be given. They must be earned. Don't wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to handle a difficult one, because difficulty is not your enemy. It is your trainer. It pushes you. It tests you. It reveals you. And every time you go through it yourself, you become stronger. Now imagine if everything was done for you. No effort required. No resistance. No challenge. You would never grow. You would never improve. You would never discover your potential. That is why life requires personal effort, because effort is the path to transformation. No one can wake up early for you. No one can make your decisions for you. No one can build your discipline for you. No one can fight your internal battles for you. You must face them yourself. And yes, it can feel difficult. It can feel lonely. It can feel overwhelming at times. But that is exactly where strength is formed. Strength does not come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming what you once thought you couldn't. And every time you choose to do the work yourself, you grow. Every time you push through resistance, you grow. Every time you refuse to quit, you grow. Until one day, you realize something powerful. You don't need someone to push you anymore, because you have become the person who pushes themselves. And that is real freedom. So understand this deeply. No one can do the work for you, because the work is what creates you. Do the work yourself. Own your growth and become the person you were meant to be. Excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. Think about that. Slowly, carefully. Every excuse sounds reasonable at first. I was tired. I didn't have time. I'll start tomorrow. It's too hard right now. But repeated over time, excuses become a habit, and habits shape your life. Not your intentions, not your dreams, your habits. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Now listen closely. Excuses don't destroy your life in one moment. They do it slowly, quietly, consistently. One delay, one complaint, one justification, and suddenly time passes. Opportunity passes. Confidence fades, and nothing changes. Not because life was unfair, but because effort was replaced with excuses. Now let's talk about complaints. Complaining feels easy. It feels like relief. It feels like release. But in reality, it is surrender. Because every complaint says, this is happening to me, instead of, I will do something about it. That shift is everything. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. That is responsibility. That is maturity. That is strength. Now think about successful people. Do they face problems? Yes. Do they face setbacks? Yes. Do they face disappointment? Absolutely. But they don't stay there. They don't live there. They don't build their identity there. They move forward. They focus on solutions, not stories, not excuses, not complaints, because results don't come from talking about problems. Results come from solving them. Now ask yourself honestly, what has excuses cost you? The gym you didn't attend, the skill you didn't learn, the opportunity you didn't take, the goal you delayed. Not because you couldn't, but because you excused yourself out of it. And over time, excuses become identity. A person who excuses today will excuse tomorrow, unless they break the pattern. And that break starts with one decision. No more excuses. No more complaints. Just action. Just responsibility. Just results. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. And change requires honesty. Honesty with yourself. Honesty about your effort. Honesty about your discipline. Because deep down, you already know. You know when you are avoiding work. You know when you are delaying. You know when you are making excuses. And the moment you admit it, you gain power over it. Now listen carefully. A life without excuses is not an easy life, but it is a powerful life because it removes confusion. It removes blame. It removes delay and replaces them with clarity, focus, direction. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what must I do now? That is where transformation begins because life rewards action, not excuses, not complaints, action. So take responsibility, own your situation, do the work, and move forward, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't feel like it. Because results don't come from excuses. They come from execution. Don't wish for it, work for it. That is the difference. So from this moment on, make a decision. No excuses, no complaints, just results. Do the work, take responsibility, and let your results speak for you. The seasons of life do not change overnight, but they always change. Think about that. There are seasons in life that feel heavy. Quiet seasons, lonely seasons, unseen seasons, seasons where you are working, but nobody notices, trying, but nobody applauds, growing, but nobody understands. And in those moments, doubt begins to speak. Is this even working? Am I wasting my time? Why am I doing this alone? These are normal thoughts, but they are not always true thoughts. Because progress is not always visible. Growth is not always loud. Change is not always obvious. Just because you cannot see results does not mean results are not happening. Think about a seed. When it is planted in the ground, nothing seems to happen. No movement, no growth above the surface, no sign of life. But beneath the soil, something powerful is taking place. Roots are forming. Strength is building. Foundation is developing. And without that hidden process, there would be no visible tree. Your life works the same way. What feels like delay is often development. What feels like silence is often preparation. What feels like loneliness is often strengthening. But only if you stay. Only if you continue. Only if you trust the process. Don't judge your progress by what you see today. Judge it by what you are becoming. Now understand something important. Lonely seasons are not punishment. They are preparation. Preparation for strength. Preparation for maturity. Preparation for growth. Because when nobody is watching, you learn discipline. When nobody is helping, you learn independence. When nobody is cheering, you learn self-belief. And those are the qualities that build strong people. Not comfort, not attention, not validation, but quiet consistency. Now let's be honest. It is easy to stay committed when people are watching. It is easy to stay motivated when people are praising you. It is easy to stay focused when results are visible. But real strength is built in silence. When no one sees your effort, when no one acknowledges your progress, when no one understands your journey, and still you continue. That is discipline. That is character. That is power. The strongest foundation is built in the quietest places. So if you are in a lonely season right now, do not give up. Do not rush the process. Do not assume nothing is happening. Something is happening. You are growing. You are building. You are becoming, even if you cannot see it yet. Because every day you stay committed, you are strengthening your future self. Every day you continue, you are laying foundations that will support your success. Every day you trust the process. You are proving your discipline. And one day, it will all make sense. The struggle, the silence, the waiting, it will all connect. Every season serves a purpose, even the ones you don't understand. So keep going, even when it feels slow, even when it feels lonely, even when it feels uncertain, because seasons change, always. And the people who stay consistent during the hard seasons are the ones who rise when the season changes. So trust it, work through it, grow through it, because your breakthrough is not lost. It is developing, and when the time is right, it will show itself. Stay patient, stay consistent, trust the process. Your season is changing. Success is not something you chase. It is something you become. Think about that. Slowly, carefully. Most people focus only on outcomes, the money, the success, the recognition, the results, but they forget something important. The real work is not just what you achieve. It is who you become in the process. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value is what you become. Let that settle in, because becoming unstoppable is not an event. It is a process, a daily process, a disciplined process, a repeated process, built through action, built through consistency, built through responsibility. Now listen closely. An unstoppable person is not someone who never struggles, not someone who never fails, not someone who never feels doubt. They are someone who keeps going anyway, even when it is hard, even when it is slow, even when it is uncertain. That is strength. That is character. That is power. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you respond to it. Now think about your life. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every setback is teaching you. Every difficult moment is building you. But only if you stay in the game. Only if you continue. Only if you refuse to quit. Because quitting stops growth. Continuing creates transformation. And transformation is what builds unstoppable people. Now understand something deeply. Unstoppable people are not born. They are built. Built through repetition. Built through discipline. Built through daily effort. They do what others avoid. They stay consistent when others quit. They keep going when others stop. Not because they are special, but because they made different decisions. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. And that bridge must be crossed every single day, step by step, action by action, decision by decision, until discipline becomes identity. Now imagine this, a version of you that doesn't hesitate, doesn't quit, doesn't avoid responsibility, a version of you that shows up every day, no matter what. That version is not far away. It is built through today's actions, not tomorrow's hopes, not someday's plans, but today, because every small action adds to who you are becoming. Every disciplined choice builds your strength. Every moment you push through resistance builds your confidence. Until one day, you realize something powerful. You are no longer the person who struggles to start. You are the person who cannot stop. That is unstoppable. Not perfect, not effortless, but consistent. And consistency wins. Always. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements. So stop waiting to become strong. Start building strength. Stop waiting to become disciplined. Start practicing discipline. Stop waiting to become unstoppable. Start acting like it now. Because your future is not something you find. It is something you build, brick by brick, action by action, day by day. And one day, you will look back and realize the moment you refused to quit was the moment you became unstoppable. Build yourself, strengthen yourself, and become the person nothing can break. Your life will not change when the world changes. It will change when you change. Take a moment. Reflect on everything. Nobody is coming. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to carry your responsibility. And that is not a weakness. That is your power. Because when you accept full responsibility, you take back control of your life. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more blaming. Just action. Just discipline. Just progress. Success is not given. It is taken through daily effort. So keep going. Even when it feels hard. Even when it feels slow. Even when it feels lonely. Because every step you take is shaping your future self. And one day, you will look back and realize the moment you decided to do it alone was the moment everything began to change. No excuses. No waiting. No quitting. Just becoming unstoppable.